preschool parents and caregivers. It's Allison Mazrak, pediatric occupational therapist. Have you ever heard of bilateral coordination? It's okay if you haven't. It's a big fancy term that really just means using both sides of the body at the same time. So, what is this? This would be like catching a ball with both hands, rolling Play Doh, cutting. Do these things sound familiar? Hopefully, your preschooler has done some of these things. And if you ask them to do a jumping jack, they might look a little uncoordinated. That's totally typical at this age of 3 to 4. But this is a foundational skill, this bilateral coordination, or using both sides of the body at the same time, a foundational skill for many other academic skills, including handwriting. Many parents get worried that their kids aren't doing the proper handwriting at this age, and actually, handwriting at this age would be extremely early. So what we want to do is create these foundational skills, these skills that your children should have before handwriting or cutting become perfected. How can you help them with bilateral coordination at home? Great question. And they're probably already doing a lot of these things, but now you can look at these things that they're doing and try to facilitate it a little bit more. So in the morning when they're getting dressed, can you help them a little bit to do more? Pulling up pants is a great bilateral coordination skill. So at that point, they're using both hands in the same manner, but then buttoning, zipping, snapping a fastener, that is also bilateral coordination, but one hand is a stabilizer and one hand is doing more of the fine motor work. So any of these things are really wonderful skills. Trying to pick up on things your child loves. If he or she likes crafts, that can be incredible for bilateral coordination. Using two hands at the same time to string beads on a pipe cleaner, or maybe your child likes to cook. You could prepare a meal together. There's lots of things a child could do in preparing a meal that uses both of their hands in a way that is coordinating the movements together. And if you want to try some super fun things to do with your child, doing a wheelbarrow walk where their hands are on the ground and you have their feet up in the air, they get to walk on their hands, is a really fun one for children. As well as crab walk, and I'll post the picture here so you know what I'm talking about. Bilateral coordination is really important, and you don't have to know that term, but just knowing that a child who is able to use both sides of their body together, whether in an alternating way or together like catching a ball, is really going to help them immensely in school. Studies have actually shown that kids who have better bilateral coordination have more brain activity that helps prepare them for learning. They also tend to have more of an attention span for learning and an ability to perform self-care, such as getting dressed, bathing themselves. What does all this translate to? More independence, which is what we want our children to have. We want them to be able to participate in more school tasks as they get older. Try some of these things at home, and hopefully you'll see a change as your child begins to get older and do more things for themselves. This bilateral coordination really begins to integrate, and these movements become smooth and automatic for your child. Good luck.